Dominus Est. It is the Lord. When we hear it, it comes across as a simple declarative statement. It doesn't move us. We need to understand it in its proper context in order to tap on its powerful meaning. Imagine this. Simon Peter went fishing with the other apostles. They worked all night but caught nothing. I remember how one priest explained that this statement of having caught nothing carried the weight of exhaustion, fatigue, emptiness, and even meaninglessness. It captures what most of us undergo when we are oppressed by failure, disease, and even heartbreak. Precisely at this moment, Jesus appeared to them. But perhaps because it was still dark, at the graying dawn, they could not immediately recognize him. Yet they followed these instructions were to cast the net, and they had a huge, miraculous catch. Then the disciple Jesus loved said, "It is the Lord." It was spoken with an exclamation point. Even if you have to check the scriptures, there's an exclamation point. This means a lot of emotions were felt and released at the same time. Surprise, it is the Lord. Also perhaps slight hesitation, then deep confirmation, it is the Lord. I would not even be surprised that John said this acclamation with tears in his eyes. And so this wild myriad of emotions was confirmed when Peter himself jumped into the waters, recklessly to greet the Lord, and in my imagination tightly embraced the Lord as he was warmly embraced by Jesus. What a moving encounter between the Master and the disciple, the apostles, whom they thought they lost their Master already at the cross. The theological core of this event is the life-changing encounter of the apostles with the risen Savior. It is the Lord. It is the Lord. It creates a rippling and life-changing impact in their lives. And this is what they lived for henceforth and testified and laid down their lives for, to witness this encounter that the Lord has risen. The darkness can distort our imagination and prevent recognition. The deeper darkness was the death of Christ. Overwhelmed by grief and loss, it is easy not to recognize God's presence when tears have decided to take residence in our eyes. And when we move in life always facing downcast because of anguish, how can we see the Lord? Much more during these pandemic times. Yet Jesus breaks this. He is the dawn that breaks the night of the apostles' pain. He initiated the contact by communication of wanting to have breakfast with them. He instructs them where to cast the net in order to have a great catch. By exclaiming, "It is the Lord," they recognize the one they love, the one they saw executed at the cross has conquered death. He kept his promise to rise from the dead, and by doing so they realize that love never dies. Love never dies. It is the Lord is a rebel cry against the sting of death. It is a wild acclaim of revolutionary hope, and above all, a wild delirious joy in seeing the one they love and the one who loves them immensely. With these thoughts and sentiments, I express heartfelt felicitations to the creative staff and dynamic volunteers of Dominus Est. You are our partners in many of our evangelizing events, and so we are so grateful and we are happy for you and with you. with your relevant and creative content that evangelizes and inspires, let Dominus Est echo and reverberate loudly in cyberspace, where previously it was thought that God was absent there, in a time where the pandemic seems to have vanquished all hope, and in the current situation where exhaustion and loneliness prevents us from feeling God's presence. Be that rebellious cry of life over death. Dominus Est. Be that revolutionary acclaim of hope that is incendiary. Dominus Est. And be that wild, delirious joy that even in the midst of our struggles, the risen Lord walks to our side and by our side. Dominus Est.